BTS's Day 1 concert at Rogers Stadium in Toronto reportedly delivered a jaw-dropping moment that sent Jikook fans into an emotional frenzy. During the spectacular performance, Jungkook appeared to turn the massive stage into the setting for an unforgettable gesture toward Jimin, creating a scene that quickly became one of the most talked-about moments among fans. In front of tens of thousands of ARMY, Jungkook reportedly approached Jimin before making a dramatic move that immediately captured everyone's attention. He appeared to kneel on the stage in front of Jimin, creating the unmistakable visual of a proposal. The crowd erupted with excitement as fans watched the unexpected interaction unfold beneath the enormous Toronto stage lights. The moment became even more emotional when Jungkook was heard saying, "I love you so much, Jimin." For Jikook supporters, those words combined with the dramatic gesture felt like the realization of a long-awaited fantasy. Fans immediately began reacting online, describing the scene as a moment they never expected to witness during the Toronto concert. As Jimin reacted to Jungkook's gesture, the atmosphere inside Rogers Stadium reportedly became even more intense. Thousands of fans screamed, cheered, and captured the unforgettable scene on their phones. Although the interaction may have been playful or part of their onstage chemistry, its dramatic presentation made it especially memorable for the fans who have followed their friendship and performances for years. Toronto may remember this night as one of the most dramatic moments of BTS's Day 1 performance. Whether Jungkook's gesture was simply a playful stage moment between two longtime friends or something that carried deeper meaning is ultimately known only to the members themselves. But for Jikook fans, one question is already echoing everywhere. Did Jungkook just give Toronto the proposal moment they had been waiting for? The atmosphere inside Rogers Stadium was already electric during the BTS Day 1 concert in Toronto. But the tension suddenly seemed to rise when Jungkook began moving toward Jimin on the massive stage. Instead of immediately returning to the choreography, Jungkook appeared to slow down as he approached, drawing the attention of both Jimin and the thousands of fans watching from the audience. For a few seconds, Jungkook reportedly stopped in front of Jimin, creating an unexpected pause that made the entire stadium wonder what he was about to do. The giant screens appeared to capture the interaction, while fans began screaming louder and louder as Jungkook maintained his position. It was the kind of brief silence before a dramatic moment that made everyone instinctively reach for their phones. Then came the gesture that sent the crowd into chaos. Jungkook appeared to lower himself onto one knee in front of Jimin, instantly creating the unmistakable visual of a proposal. The reaction was immediate, with deafening screams echoing throughout Rogers Stadium as fans realized what they were witnessing. Jimin appeared caught in the unexpected moment as the audience continued roaring around them. Phones went up across the stadium, with fans desperately trying to capture every second of the interaction. For Jikook supporters, the dramatic timing and Jungkook's sudden movement created a scene that felt almost too perfect to be real. Whether the gesture was simply playful onstage chemistry between two longtime friends or something fans interpreted more deeply, the moment clearly became one of the night's most dramatic talking points. And as the screams continued across Toronto, one question seemed to dominate the crowd. Was this the moment Jikook fans had been waiting for all along? For a moment, Jimin appeared to be caught completely off guard by Jungkook's unexpected gesture. As he looked down toward Jungkook, his expression seemed to shift from confusion to surprise, while the enormous crowd continued reacting around them. The sudden change in the atmosphere made the scene feel even more emotional. Jimin appeared to laugh nervously, as if he was trying to understand what Jungkook was about to do. The cameras focused on them, giving fans watching inside Rogers Stadium a closer look at his reaction. Every second seemed to build more anticipation, with the audience waiting to see what would happen next. Then Jungkook appeared to remain on one knee, turning what had already been an unexpected moment into an even more dramatic scene. The crowd's screams grew louder, while Jimin seemed increasingly aware that thousands of people were watching the interaction. For Jikook fans, the anticipation became almost unbearable. And then came the words that fans would remember. "I love you so much, Jimin. The declaration transformed the playful-looking gesture into an emotional climax, sending another wave of screams through Rogers Stadium. Fans immediately interpreted the combination of Jungkook's words and his dramatic pose as a symbolic proposal-like moment. Whether the exchange was playful stage chemistry or something fans personally interpreted as deeper, the scene became an unforgettable talking point for Jikook supporters. Jimin's surprised reaction, Jungkook's dramatic gesture, and those emotional words created a moment that fans could not stop discussing. But the biggest question remained: what exactly was going through Jimin's mind when Jungkook said those words? The reaction from ARMY inside Rogers Stadium was almost instantaneous. As Jungkook's unexpected gesture unfolded, thousands of fans immediately raised their phones, desperate to capture the moment from every possible angle. The enormous venue appeared to erupt with screams, cheers, and excited reactions as attention shifted toward Jungkook and Jimin. Across the audience, fans could be seen holding their phones high while trying to record the dramatic interaction. Some appeared stunned, while others reacted with laughter and disbelief. For many in the stadium, it was the kind of unexpected moment that made them want to preserve every second on camera. Jikook supporters were especially emotional. Almost immediately, fans began describing the scene as a dream moment, celebrating Jungkook's dramatic gesture toward Jimin. Some fans interpreted the interaction as one of the most memorable Jikook moments they had witnessed, while others simply enjoyed the playful chemistry between the two members. The excitement did not seem limited to one section of the stadium. As recordings began circulating among fans, the moment quickly became a major topic of discussion, with supporters replaying the interaction and analyzing every expression and gesture. For Jikook fans, the combination of Jungkook's dramatic pose, Jimin's surprised reaction, and the roaring crowd made the scene feel almost cinematic. Whether it was simply playful stage chemistry or a moment fans chose to interpret romantically, the reaction was undeniable. Jikook supporters were thrilled. What happened on the Toronto stage became, in their eyes, a dreamlike scene worth remembering. And as thousands of phones captured the moment, one question remained: could this unexpected Toronto interaction become the Jikook moment fans talk about for years to come? For a few unforgettable seconds, Rogers Stadium seemed to belong entirely to Jungkook and Jimin. Under the enormous stage lights of Toronto, the noise of tens of thousands of ARMY seemed to transform into the backdrop for an unexpectedly dramatic interaction. Every movement suddenly felt amplified as fans watched the two members at the center of the stage. Jungkook slowly moved closer to Jimin, creating a tense pause that seemed to make everyone wonder what was coming next. The giant screens focused attention on them, while fans raised their phones and waited. Then Jungkook dropped to one knee. The entire stadium exploded, but what happened next was what left fans completely speechless. For a brief moment, Jimin appeared to process what was happening before reacting to Jungkook's unexpected gesture. His expression seemed to show surprise, while the audience continued screaming around them. The contrast between Jimin's reaction and Jungkook's dramatic pose made the scene even more unforgettable for fans watching from the stands. Toronto suddenly felt like the perfect setting for a moment that Jikook supporters had imagined countless times. The massive stage, roaring crowd, and intense spotlight created an almost cinematic atmosphere. Fans immediately began describing the interaction as a dreamlike moment, while others viewed it simply as another playful example of the pair's long-standing on-stage chemistry. Whether the gesture was intended as playful fan service or was simply an unexpected interaction between two longtime friends, the scene left a powerful impression on the audience. For those few seconds, Toronto became the backdrop to a moment that thousands of fans wanted to capture forever. And with cameras still rolling, everyone was left wondering, what exactly did Jimin do after Jungkook dropped to one knee? While the dramatic interaction quickly became a favorite topic among Jikook supporters, there is still a clear line between what happened on stage and how fans interpreted it. the gesture may have simply been playful fan service between two longtime friends, with Jungkook creating an entertaining moment for the audience. Yet for Jikook fans, the combination of his dramatic pose and emotional words felt much more significant. That uncertainty only made the moment more intriguing. Was Jungkook intentionally creating a scene that would leave Jikook fans talking throughout the night? Or was it simply an unexpected and playful exchange between two BTS members? Without a personal explanation from Jungkook or Jimin, the deeper meaning remains open to interpretation, allowing fans to debate the moment from countless perspectives. And when Jimin finally reacted, the cameras captured a moment that fans say they will never forget. The roaring crowd, Jungkook's dramatic gesture, and Jimin's unexpected reaction combined to create an unforgettable scene on the Toronto stage. So, was Toronto really the night Jikook fans had been waiting for?